This man lost his girlfriend. Only then did he realize he had lost the perfect housekeeper. When his girlfriend was around, the house was always neat and tidy. Everything was arranged perfectly. Every detail was taken care of thoughtfully. Meals were always prepared with care. She made sure every dish suited his taste. Sometimes she even became the target of his outbursts. Her patience became something he took for granted. She always smiled and silently endured his complaints. But only after she left did he understand. No one would do these things for him anymore. It turned out she had been quietly handling all the busy work and thoughtfulness. He thought he was the luckiest man in the world, because he believed his girlfriend would definitely obey him completely. So he decided to propose to his girlfriend, expecting her to gently accept. However, his girlfriend chose to break up with him at that moment.
カツオさんにはわからないと思う。
それは言ってみないとわからない。
わかるの。カツオさんにはわからない。
でしょ？だからわからないって。
だからわからない。
違う。
カツオさんにはわからないし、分かってほしいと思う。もう思わないかな。別れたいの。
At this moment, he couldn't understand it at all. He thought he had already given her the best promise. But why would his girlfriend leave him? In his world, women always existed for men. All sacrifices were expected. His attitude toward housework also made others think he was arrogant. He still thought he was very charming, but the outside world had long stopped seeing it that way. Men always have this strange confidence, thinking they're premium bachelors. So he went to dating meetups. He wanted to prove that after losing his girlfriend, many women would still want to be with him. At the meetup, he proudly said that cooking requires selecting your own ingredients. You can't use ready-made curry blocks. Seasonings must be made from scratch. The women around him looked at each other.
じゃあお願いします。お願いします。
No one paid attention to him anymore. He had no idea what he had done wrong. Only then did he discover he had gone from being a popular man to someone no one cared about. He couldn't understand how his former self had become what he was today. He had always thought it was shameful for men to enter the kitchen. So when he found out his male colleague cooked for himself, he started mocking others.
なくてどうすんだよ。プロポーズだよ。
When he discovered female colleagues couldn't cook, he had to say something too.
こういうドーナツ。
ドーナツじゃないです。ベーグルです。
一緒だよ。見て。弁当ぐらい作れ。
私料理しないんで。
料理しない。
はい。夜も大体外食ですね。飲みに行くこと多いし。
He always bragged about having a perfect girlfriend. However, this behavior made his colleagues very disgusted. After returning home, there were no more meals prepared by his girlfriend waiting for him. He could only eat convenience store lunches. He found that convenience store food tasted nowhere near as good as his girlfriend's cooking. He couldn't help but start asking his colleagues. He wanted to know why after the breakup, his romantic pursuits were always rejected by women. He used to think women must know how to make shikuzeni, a traditional Japanese stew, but this earned him contempt from many women. Yet his girlfriend had always been making these thoughtful and time-consuming dishes for him. He didn't understand why there was such a change. After analyzing all his problems, his colleague told him he had never cared about his girlfriend as an equal. He should make shikuzeni himself once. Only then could he truly understand his girlfriend's feelings. However, he felt ashamed, because he had always believed men shouldn't enter the kitchen. But now there was no other choice. He had to go to the supermarket to buy ingredients, following online tutorials to prepare the materials. At checkout, he realized how expensive groceries actually were. Only then did he know his girlfriend had always been carefully calculating expenses. After returning home, he followed the tutorial to prepare ingredients, but couldn't find the right knives, making a complete mess. When cutting carrots, he remembered his girlfriend always cut them into flower shapes for him. He tried it once and discovered how much careful skill this required. He prepared all the materials, only to find he was still missing stock. He had to go to the supermarket again. The clerk recommended using stock powder, but he refused, believing that stock must be made from scratch to be authentic. Finally, he made stock using kelp, but the dish he cooked had no visual appeal, and by the time he finished cooking, it was already dawn. He took a bite and discovered how difficult shikuzeni actually was to make. He was even unconvinced, deciding to take it to his colleague to taste. But unexpectedly, his colleague gave it a very poor review. He was extremely angry, so he decided to give up. From now on, he would only eat convenience store food, never cooking again.